Anyway, let's jump right into it, shall we? Cool. So basically, I was going through my old YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, my first YouTube video, which is music, and it's not the best. As a matter of fact, it's pretty bad. So I figure, why not go to the first project, hopefully go through my hard drive, find the project, open it on Ableton, and go through it as I go live, so I can explore, roast, and expose whatever crap I was doing back in the day, because I didn't know what I was doing back then. I still don't know 100% what I'm doing, but now I'm 1,000 times more knowledgeable, so should be interesting. Um, let's get some of that free YouTube music playing in the meantime. Oh, that's not gonna work. Let's see. Bam. All right, it's working. Cool. So let's go to YouTube. Let's go to Octavius. Clearly. Videos. Let's go all the way down. So the very first video that I posted on YouTube was 5 years ago. Heartfelt. Which is it's quite interesting, to say the least. Now the tricky part is going to be finding the project, which hopefully I have it on my hard drive. I can already tell it's gonna be it's pretty bad. Like the mixing, there was no mixing back then. So hard fail. Another thing they gotta keep in mind, it's for some reason I started making a song and I named it one thing, but right before I posted it on YouTube and I didn't like it, I ended up changing the name of the song, so I completely lost or forgot the original name. So to find the project is gonna be tricky, to say the least, and I keep saying the same thing. Alright, so hard fail. Let's just leave it open. Let's hide it. Let's play some free music from YouTube in the meantime. Actually, I won't be able to. So hard drive, Octavius, actually Ableton, finish tracks, finish stations. Yeah, this is all I have. Let's see, it's looking good. I think it's looking good. So what am I looking for? Finish stations. So I don't think it goes back as 2005. 15, 16. So 44th, 60, 78, 80th workstations. 34, 36, 60. Oh, actually might be able to find it. Sunrise. Wow. Sonata, Styloven, Starvin mixed. Bet. So, what am I looking for? Shape of you, side to side, simple beat. Sid Still Looks Pretty remix, slides, Sonata project, Star All Over. I think that might be a good one. Star All Over. Because that was on SoundCloud, I think. Come on. Come on. I need some music. Let's go to... modify YouTube videos. Actually, it's over here. Hot sauce. So we're gonna do the same thing. Go all the way to the bottom. Blah 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 blah. So falling backwards. Slow bass generator. The kids shall dance. I don't know where I got these names from, so Start All Over. So that's the one, I think. Start All Over. Bam. So let's listen to the original track. And wow, I posted this track 8 years ago. So that's 2012, 2013. 2013, wow. This is awful. This is horrible. Oh my god, what is this? So some plugins cannot be loaded or are disabled. Ozone 5. Wow. Hey. I mean, the piano, the piano itself, it's not that bad. I'm sure it's not on any key or makes any sense to a professional musician or piano player, but I mean, it's not bad. Alright, so that's Start All Over, and I did find the project, which is right here. Hopefully, it's the same one. Ooh, I think it's the same one. Oh my god, what is this? So this is the ambient little sound in the background, which is just an Ableton plugin. Oh, it is the same one. Nice. It's like a time capsule or something. Oh, I'm missing the piano. Yeah, I'm missing the piano, and what is this? Why do I have a compressor before the delay? Why do I have two delays? So my kick and my snare is the same thing. But it's the same channel. Why do I have that? Makes no sense. Because you always want to have like different channels for everything, especially the drums. You don't want to have the same kick and the snare together, because to mix them, to make them sound good and full, they gotta be separated. Especially because the kick, it takes all the low end, and the snare is a little higher end. So it's not gonna work if you just like having the same channel. Alright, I'm gonna throw in a piano over here because there's just nothing in there. I think it's not loading because I made this track with Ableton 8, and right now it's Ableton 10. So I don't think all these older sounds and pianos and samples are gonna be compatible with the new version. Or maybe they are. Who knows? So let's see. I just want to hear the melody and see what I did with the pianos. So we can go to sounds. We can go to pianos and keys. I got nothing over here. It's working fine. Let's go to sounds. Let's just get a regular piano. Grand piano. Bam. What is this? Alright. Sounds closer to the original track, so. It might be the same one. Oh, I'm excited. I want to see what I did back then. I don't know why I have a compressor immediately with no EQ, no multi-dynamic band. I have nothing but a compressor, and it's not even doing anything. Thresholds -10, so just I gotta keep in mind that back then I did not know what a compressor was, what it did. So I'm pretty sure just I threw it in there just because it looked cool or something. So what do I have in here? So I'm just playing the wide notes, which is my C scale, C major scale. It's a little catchy, I'm not gonna lie. Bum 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 bum. A little more like a scary horror sound. Oh. Oh, this is horrible. And it's funny because when I posted this album, I think it was like 5 or 6 songs. I finished them, produced them, finished them, mastered them. Well, I did not do any of that. I just finished them. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I was going to post them on SoundCloud back in 2013. And immediately, as soon as I posted them, I'm like, oh, man, here I come, fame. Going to be famous. You just watch. And I posted them. And 1 day went by, nothing happened. 2 days went by, nothing happened. 3 days, I think I got like 5 plays. And I was like, where's my fame? Where's my trophy? And where's my world records and all this crap that I thought I was gonna get with 5 songs? So what else do we have? Oh yeah, let's check out the kicks. Oh, kicks and the snares. So one of my biggest things that I had, especially back in the day, was not properly mixing my kicks, all my drums, but especially my kicks. I always had issues with that. For some reason, when I started doing it, I learned, I heard, I read, I don't know where I picked it from, that all your drums were supposed to be at minus, I think it was minus 15 dBs. For some reason, don't ask me why. So all of my drums, they were minus 15. And they were super quiet. They were obviously quiet. And I was struggling. Why? Why everything sounds so quiet? And I tried to throw like limiters and boost the volume. I throw plugins, Ozone, to boost the volume, and it would just like distort because you're super quiet sound, so you're just boosting the frequencies. I mean, the output is not going to sound good. It's just going to get distorted. For the longest time, years, it took me years to figure out that, oh, just don't lower the volume to minus 13 dBs. It makes no sense. And over here, so we have my kick. Super soft, empty kick. And my snare. There's nothing in there. Again, I have what do I have? Compressor. Minus 15 threshold to 2:1. The ratio. 13 milliseconds of attack and 20 milliseconds of delay. Again, doing nothing. Markup is on. I got 2 delays again. I don't know why I have delays, to be honest. What else do we have? Oh, the bass. The sub bass. So my sub bass, I ended up cutting the frequencies. High pass filter to minus 105. I mean, kind of makes sense. Guarantee I didn't know what it meant, but at least it kind of makes sense. Something I still do to this day. So we got an operator. Let's see what's in it. Uh-huh. Wow. So we got the EQ8 filter, A-bands EQ filter, an amp, not the best amp, Ableton stock amp plugin, a pan, flanger, and another delay. Goddamn. Let's see, I have an ambient. Oh, it's the intro noise. Okay. Piano again. Piano. So we got an operator with an overdrive, EQ, amp, blah blah blah, same thing. Drop synth. What is that? Ooh, listen to those growls. The OG growls, pre-Serum. Sub. They jump to the percussion. Sounds like a hi-hat close, hi-hat open, probably like a pedal. Those three. Oh yeah. So pedal, close, open. And it's got nothing in it. So no EQ, no dynamics, nothing. I wonder what's on the master. Well, luckily it's off. Oh, okay. So I had on the master, but I didn't use it because I had an Ozone over here. Unfortunately, because it's too old and I already got a new version, it's no longer able to open it. So that's a waste of time. Yeah, so the second break, I had a long build. It's just the piano, the bass, the kick. That's not pretty dope. Oh my god, what was that? I used some toms that were like way out of. They were like way out of freaking tempo. Like I forgot about the toms and last minute I just threw it in there. Sounds alright, just keep on in. I wonder if it's the same as my SoundCloud one. I guess the Ozone plugin makes it a little more crisp. What the hell was that? Nice. Alright, enough of this nonsense. Let's try to fix it. 2021 fix. Where do we start? So first of all, the ambient. One of the things that I like to do is customize every channel so I know what is what. So my ambience. First of all, let's rename it. Ableton Ambiance 8. Let's change it to this is yellow. Yellow. So we got nothing in it. That's a very slow attack, so we can lower it. And I definitely don't like that panning around. Because what I could do, so one of the things that I do nowadays is get an ozone, throw it in every single instrument. And on ambience, I want to keep it mono. Get rid of the low frequencies. Negative 25, 26. Not bad. Let's increase the release. Let's do 80. Let's keep it like that. And we could do ambience A. Seems to be the same. Nope, they're different. There's no automation. So let's just copy and paste the names just to organize it. Okay, so now that we have that, we can right click and freeze it. So what I'm going to do is instead of keeping it delayed and bouncing around the audio, panning it around, I'm gonna make a mono. I'm gonna make two of them and just delay one of them so it sounds wide. So I'm gonna group them. Group Ableton Ambiance. Okay, so create an audio track, Command T, and let's go audio Ableton Ambiance left, Ambiance A right. It's gonna be the right, left. Oh yeah, you have to. So you create two of the same. You gotta pan one to the right, one to the left, and one of them is gonna be delayed a tiny bit. Let's see if I can show you. So now we got two. You can kind of hear it probably. I don't know if we can actually hear it, but yeah, it sounds very like mono. But now if I tiny delay it, an eighth. By tiny I mean like really a fraction, a 28th, 1/28th. There you go. You got white noise now. And let's rename it so I know what's going on. 128 delay. Bam. Change the colors, keep it organized. Also like to start my entire song on 17th beat. They always have a space before the song starts, just if I have to add an intro or something else. I would have to be moving around the entire song and messing the automation or something else. So we can start from here. Nice and wide. Might be a little too loud, so let's bring it down. So -6. This match is pretty good. Alright, so now let's jump to the drums. It's looking fine. Cool. So I was thinking about getting a new kick and a new snare, but to be fair to the song, I'm gonna keep everything the same. I'm just gonna properly mix it. So let's again separate them. Ableton kick A, duplicate, Command D, and Ableton snare A. I like using my faded yellow for all my drums, and I like to group them so it's organized. Group drums. So now this is just my kick, so we solo it, go through it, and get rid of snares or anything else. There's like nothing there. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna change the colors as well. Oh, so that's why I have a delay. Why? Why would I do that? So get rid of that. Get rid of this. Definitely get rid of this. Find this kick. Let's see what's in it. Corpus. Right click. Show in browser. It's going to show me the sample itself, which is nothing. To start fresh, I'm going to create a new MIDI track, and I'm going to throw it in there. I like using Impulse on Ableton, which allows you to do I think it's like 7 samples. Yeah. So go back to over here, right click, show in browser, drag, paste, bam. Copy this and paste. So I am Impulse kick A. Find the right notes. Cool. Still sounds like crap. So Impulse. Oh wow, that's the old Impulse. Alright, get rid of that. Like I said before, I'm going to throw my drum bus. I'm not sure if this audio effect comes in Ableton 9, but I know for a fact that it did not come in Ableton 8. It only came out, well, as far as I'm aware, in Ableton 10. And it's pretty good, because it adds a lot of juice to any kick, so any drums actually. So let's do 25 for now. Let's find my ozone. Throw it in there. Make it mono. Cool. So that's my new kick. That's my old kick. New, old. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds horrible. So I'm just gonna get a new one. Go to drums, drum hits, kick. Find whatever. Drive it. Kick chat. Cool. Sounds pretty beefy, so let's use it for now. So these two seems to be the same. Kick, 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 same thing. Now this one changes a bit. So those are my snares, I don't need them. These bring it up to my kick. We can name it Kick B. Oh yeah, and I gotta do the same for the snare. So go to the MIDI track, get rid of any kicks. So that's kick, don't need you, don't need you. Bottom is kick, upper thing is my snare, so I'll get rid of the bottom. Damn, I want to get to the piano. I don't think you have any snares. So I sold my snare channel and I have nothing. So it tells me that this sample it's either offline or just no longer in existence. So what I'm going to do is select the whole thing, get rid of it, go to my presets and get a new snare. So everything's looking good. Let's ungroup it. Kick, snare. I gotta say that with Ableton 10, some of the stock samples that it came with, they're pretty good. Especially once you mix them and throw some effects and distortion. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so we can first let's rename it so I know what's what. Second, find the MIDI notes and drop them where you're supposed to play. Third, find any snare. And drop them right there. Too heavy, too low. Good enough. So now we got my kick and my snare. So this kick sounds like it's distorting a bit, so this drum buzz, let's bring it down to 50%. Let's find something else. Ooh, too heavy. That one sounds pretty good, but I don't think it fits the whole song. Ooh. Perfect. I'm noticing my snare, it might be a little too loud. Let's do -4 for now. Now we can go to my good almighty percussion, which I misspelled. Precision. Precision. Percussion. I got nothing in it. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to leave it like it is, and I'm just going to mix it. But I can hear some delay. Bam. Delay fixed. So we go again. Ozone into my precision. And usually you just want to get rid of the low end. If your mid frequencies are too loud, just lower them a bit. In this case, it's not too bad, so I'm just doing lightly compression. My mid highs sounds a bit. High frequencies, same thing. Nothing too crazy, just lightly mixed. Usually what I do with the snare, what I do with my hats, percussion, it's the same trick that I did earlier with the ambience. Mono it, bounce it, make two, right and left. One of them you delayed a 1/28th of a beat, and it sounds wider. In this case, I'm not gonna do it because I just want to do a quick mix. That's before, after. Now we play the entire drums, combine, play the whole thing. Let's find the original song. The drums are non-existent. Also, my piano, it's a little too loud over here. Damn, I can't wait to get into the piano. Alright. So, let's do Maverick. For my pianos, which I use a lot on my modern music, my to-go piano, it's Kontakt. Where is it? Bam. So Kontakt Maverick. So the Kontakt that I have, which I think I bought in 2016, 2017, or 2018, they give you a good 4 or 5 samples with pianos. They're not the greatest, but one of them I really like. And it's the only one that I have, so yeah, here it is. So I'll get some of that. 1.8, no limiting. So let's solo it so I can hear what's going on. Let's get rid of all this mixing crap that is doing nothing. And another trick that I do is, because I'm gonna make the piano, I'm gonna make it loud, I usually get the velocity of the keys on 60, 63, 60 preferably. Change the color to yellow. Now we can go to my ozone, handy dandy, and start boosting the frequencies. So I do from 100 and above. My dynamic, same thing, 100. Get rid of your low end. You don't want any low frequencies to be mixing and messing with your stuff. Over here, I can do, let's do 60. Let's do 100 over here. In my low end, which is almost not existent, I just leave it at max. With the piano, I'm definitely going to do the widen trick. Again, because you're going to double the tracks and send one to your right and one to your left, you don't want to have it too loud because it's going to overpower the mix. So once it's decent, okay, you're going to freeze it. You're gonna freeze it. I'm gonna bounce one of them, and same thing, right, left, slightly delay, wham, bam. Yes, ma'am. So Maverick. So cool, Maverick left, cool, Maverick right. I'm gonna group them so I know what's going on. Group Maverick, change the colors, duplicate all the way through. So now we both are playing monos. So now it's gonna be left and right. And the bottom one is going to be the delay in 1/28. I love this trick. 1/28. And you can ask me, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. How can you tell when it's widening or when it's not? I'll show you. So that's mono. That's perfectly in the center. And in real time, I'm going to change it to 1/28. Back to mono. Delayed. Mono. Delayed. Mono. Delayed. So now that we have a widened piano, let's lower the volume to -3. Again, you don't want to overpower it. Overpower the mix. So that's the new version. That's the original version. Some of these sounds, they don't even make sense. What I would do is throw some chord progressions in there. Also, these hats are too loud. And on my master, you already know, throw another ozone. Oops. Usually, one of the things that I've learned over the years, it's you master. Usually, you want to keep it clean and open, nothing in there. I like to throw in a maximizer and just boost it to 2.5 dBs, slightly maximizing it. We just boost the frequencies a tiny bit. It's like a preview to get my ears ready for the final mix, or I can do adjustments on the go. I really don't like that sound. It doesn't even fit. But what I could do, because I hear this piano, and I think it's just a melody. So what I could do is just throw a chord progression to accompany that melody. So let's do that. So I'm always keeping two different pianos, one for my chord progression, one for my melodies. Same mixing, same everything. But usually my melody, I keep it on the center. I mono it and keep it on the center. My chord progression is what I'm widen, depending on what I'm trying to do. And obviously change the name too. So Maverick chords, Maverick melodies. Let's keep it in the same, just to be straightforward. So let's get rid of basically everything. And I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn off this melody so I can make a chord progression following that. And I don't know why this thing is black. It's throwing me off. There you go. And because I'm using all my wide notes, I know this could be a C major progression 8. So let's mono it to. Let's bring this thing to the center and bring it down a bit. And mono it, solo it. So this is my C4. Whew. Dun, dun. Another thing, another little cheap, what you call it? Little trick, cheap trick, is I have all of my chord progressions and my scales written down as MIDIs. So it's a lot easier for me to find my C major and drop it in here. And because I already have this into MIDI, I threw it in here. I grab one of these things, drop it over here, extend it. And the beautiful thing about this is I have my MIDI section right here, so I know what's within the scale. Bam. So that's too loud, so let's same thing. 60, 1. And because I want to follow the melody, let's go over here, copy, go back, paste, ding, ding. Dun. C major progression A. We could make it go around like arpit. And also I think it's too high, so let's bring it down an octave. Perfect. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Round. Cool. So now that we have a chord progression, we can make a sub bass or a bass that is going to sound good. It's going to fit the melody. So in this case, we can use my MIDI track that I just made, copy it and paste it into my bass, which I'm going to rename to my sub bass. Change the color that I usually have my subs as, and type this thing C major progression A sub bass. Go here, mute the whole thing except my bass, like so, and find out what the hell is this. Yeah, clearly I'm not gonna use operator for sub bass. Nowadays I use my good and reliable Spire. Anything you want to make basses or anything bass related, in my case, Spire is the way to go. We can go to bass. Things low, so get a pitch. Higher the pitch. A little too monstery. I don't know if you can tell, but the sub bass sounds pretty good. So we don't want to detune the bass, so off, increase the volume a little less, get rid of this filter. Good enough, so get rid of that. Because it's gonna be my sub bass, we go to my ozone and we get rid of this filter. Instead of right now it's cutting any low frequencies from 150 and below, so we gotta like flip it. We want to allow only 0 to 80 in my case. That's what I usually do. So we do a low pass. Now I don't think you can hear as much, but now it's just my sub bass. You can see it over here. It's a -8 dBs. I don't need this for now. Just through a compressor, because it gets loud. When you're working with sub bass, it gets any tiny frequencies. If you don't address them properly, it gets messy. So we do 3 ratio. So now that I know what a compressor does, I can tell you. So when you have a bass, a compressor is like a little gate. Anything that passes through the gate, if you have a compression of -15, anything under -15, depending on the ratio, it's going to be cut down or lower or compressed. Bam. So usually you don't use the compression to make it louder. You use compression to what's the one word that I'm trying to use? Use a compression to compress to compress the sound. I use it a lot for vocals and for my sub bass, any bass, especially my slap bass or anything that's too like poppy, anything that pops a lot. Sub bass, depending on the note that you're playing, is going to change the loudness of the bass. So that's where compression comes in. Basically, you have two different sounds: a loud sound and a quiet sound. When you compress it, it equalizes both, so they're both as close as possible. And a good example is right here. So if the compression, the threshold is at 0, it's doing nothing now. But if I lower it to, let's say, 30, which is a lot, it's gonna keep this audio to always 30. It's always gonna be the same regardless of what's the input. That's a horrible explanation, but I think you get the point. Anyway, so let's just throw a light compression, 15. This is a 2 for now. I don't want to go crazy because it's already good. Mono. Let's play the whole thing, see how it sounds. But first, let's play the original one. Now this is the 2021 version. And every time I gotta see it on you, and I don't find it cause I gotta know. And every time I gotta go, if I have to find it, no, I don't see it cause you gotta go. 3, 2, 1, go. That chord progression really fits it. Yeah. Yeah, so there you have it. From a horrible mixing or non-existent mixing to somewhat decent track. What is that? 8 years in the making. Yeah, if you keep at it, you're eventually gonna find the right answers, and you're gonna keep progressing. One of the best, not the best, but one of the greatest. One of the good quotes that I found, it's from this one dude who sadly passed away, younger guy, motivational fitness guy. He said, regardless of what you do, even if you're bad at it, you just keep doing. If you keep going at it for years, if you keep throwing poop into the wall, something eventually is going to stick. So in my case, I think that's perfect. Because in the beginning I didn't know what I was doing, and slowly, gradually, just fixing this, learning that, improving this, improving that, getting better, motivating myself, grinding, and slowly, I'm getting pretty good at it. On the next stream, I could explain, or I could tell you guys what I learned from having one of my tracks played at a big nightclub. As for the mixing, I learned something huge, which is sub bass, and your bass is the most important thing, especially playing at the club, especially playing at the freaking EDM club. But yeah, I save that for the next stream. Anyway, yeah. If you come across this stream, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. or just subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna be posting new music soon. New remixes, new original music. I'm starting to sing and mixing all my vocals, collaborated with different artists, different DJs. Hopefully, I'm gonna be playing soon in Vegas nightclubs, one of the biggest ones. So yeah, appreciate your time. Make sure you follow your dreams, work hard for your goals, and keep grinding. You eventually find them and achieve them. All right, enough of this motivational crap. See you later.